Welcome back, gentlemen. In this video, we will talk about the porn industry and how is it controlling you. You think you're just watching some videos to blow off steam, but what you're actually doing is funding a machine that's designed to destroy you. And I'm going to tell you exactly how they're doing it. See, the porn industry isn't in the business of giving you what you want. They're in the business of making sure you never stop wanting. There's a difference, and understanding that difference might just save your life. Let's start with the obvious stuff. These aren't amateur couples having real sex. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry with teams of psychologists, data scientists, and marketing experts, whose only job is to keep you clicking. They study your viewing patterns like a casino studies gamblers. How long you watch, when you skip, what makes you come back for more. They know you better than you know yourself, and they use that knowledge against you. Every thumbnail is designed by professionals who understand exactly what triggers your brain's reward system. The titles, the categories, the suggestions, none of it's random. It's all calculated to make your next click inevitable. But here's where it gets really dark. The industry thrives on escalation. They know that what got you hooked 6 months ago won't work anymore. Your brain builds tolerance just like with any other drug. So they have to keep pushing boundaries, getting more extreme, more violent, more degrading. They're not giving you what you naturally want. They're training you to want things that would have disgusted you before you started watching. And they do it so gradually you don't even notice it happening. Think about it. Did you start watching the hardcore stuff you're into now? Of course not. They led you there step by step, category by category, until you're aroused by things that would make your younger self sick. And here's something they don't want you to know. Most of what you're watching isn't even real pleasure. Those women aren't enjoying themselves. They're acting. They're following scripts written by men who've never satisfied a real woman in their lives. You're training your brain to be aroused by fake reactions, fake bodies, fake everything. Then you wonder why real intimacy feels boring or unsatisfying. You've been conditioned to prefer performance over connection. But the really sick part is how they target young guys. The average age of first exposure to porn is now 11 years old. 11. These kids haven't even hit puberty and they're being shown extreme sexual content that shapes how they view women and relationships for the rest of their lives. The industry knows that if they can hook you young, they've got a customer for life. They're literally grooming an entire generation of boys to become porn addicts. And society just shrugs and calls it normal. Here's what else they're not telling you. The performers in these videos, a lot of them are being trafficked, coerced, or drugged. That woman you're watching might be someone's daughter who was kidnapped and forced into this. But you'll never know because the industry doesn't want you thinking about the human cost. They want you to see these women as objects, not people. Because if you started thinking of them as real humans with real pain, you might stop watching. And they can't have that. The industry also profits from your shame. They know that the worse you feel about yourself, the more likely you are to come back for another hit. It's like a drug dealer who cuts his product with poison. The sicker you get, the more you need. They've created a perfect trap. The content makes you feel ashamed and isolated, which makes you crave more content to escape those feelings. It's brilliant in the most evil way possible. And let's talk about the technology. These sites use the same addiction algorithms as social media and gambling apps. They track everything. Your location, your device, your browsing habits. They build detailed profiles of your weaknesses and use them to keep you hooked. Those recommended videos aren't random. The site knows exactly what will trigger your next binge session. They're using artificial intelligence to predict and manipulate your behavior in real time. The autoplay features, the endless scroll, the just one more mentality. None of it's accidental. It's all designed to keep you on the site as long as possible, consuming as much content as possible. But here's the part that should really piss you off. While they're destroying your ability to form real relationships, have real intimacy, and build real confidence, they're getting rich off your misery. The porn industry makes more money than Hollywood, the NFL, and the NBA combined. They're not struggling artists expressing their sexuality. They're corporate predators who figured out how to monetize male loneliness and insecurity. Every minute you spend on their sites, you're making them richer while making yourself poor. Not just financially, but emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. You're literally paying for your own destruction. And the worst part, they've convinced society that this is all normal and healthy, that anyone who questions it is a prude or religious extremist. They've made it socially unacceptable to point out that maybe flooding young men's brains with extreme sexual content isn't a great idea. So next time you feel the urge to watch, remember what you're really doing. You're not relieving stress or satisfying a natural urge. You're feeding a machine that profits from your pain and wants to keep you weak, isolated, and dependent. The good news is that once you see the trap, you can start to escape it. But first you have to understand that this isn't just about you having poor self-control. This is about you being targeted by an industry that has unlimited resources and zero conscience. You're not fighting your natural urges. You're fighting a sophisticated propaganda machine designed to hijack your brain and empty your wallet. And the first step to winning that fight is understanding what you're really up against. The industry is counting on you staying ignorant, staying ashamed, and staying hooked. Don't give them what they want. Fight back by refusing to be their product anymore. If you like my content, subscribe the channel and like my videos, as it inspires me to make more videos on topics to help men. In the next video, we will talk about the scientific aspects of porn addiction and how it ruins your prefrontal cortex, which is your executive functioning part of the brain. So see you next time.